Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online official Twitter feed. So, on screen. Yes, so, captains, what we're going to do is go over the blog here that they released today. Some additional information, of course, throughout. We're going to be dropping the 2 ECs and then give our conclusion. So, here we go. So, save 35% on ship bundles and expansion packs in the Zen store, and 50% on bundles in the MUDs market this weekend on PC. Yes, so here we go. 35% bundle sale and 50% MUDs bundle sale. I will say that there are higher ones, like 75, of course. I think we just had one a couple months ago. So there's something to think about there, captains. If you have the resources, though, and you want to get something now, by all means, there you go. Captains, there are times in life when you really want to get everything you need all at once. That's what bundles are for. From November 3rd, so that's today, captains, to November 7th, save 35% on ship bundles and expansion bundles in the Zen store. Not only that, all the bundles that have previously appeared in MUDs Market will return and be on sale for 50% off. It's the perfect opportunity to get a great deal on the things you want, all in a convenient package. In terms of recommendation, captains, there's only one bundle that I maybe thought about for a hot minute, and that was the Kelvin timeline. But then I realized I had pretty much all the ships that I wanted, and it was on my tune. Now, it is great that if you buy a MUDs bundle, obviously it's in the Zen store, you get an account unlock. But for me, I bought those ships specifically to perform somewhat optimally. So I put them on my main, and I wouldn't necessarily put them on another tune. So again, that is up to you though, captains. That's just my play style. That's the way I play. But that's the one that I recommend. Of course, there's plenty of others there. There's the bundles that have, I believe, the bundle for the Picard that gives a Tommy gun, but mind you, that Tommy gun is only character unlock, but everything else in that is account unlock, like the ships and everything. What else is there that I would highly recommend? If anything, there's the, I believe the ship that has the Bajoran interceptor. No, sorry, not the Bajoran interceptor. The one that gives the plasma storm generator. As you can see, I'm not a Sci-Fu captain at all, so. But that is a ship as well that has that. The Valkyrie Raider, there you go. The Valkyrie Raider is the one that gives that plasma storm, very highly sought after Sci-Fu magics build. So that's something that interests you. There's that. But for me, it was a Kelvin, because you get the USS Kelvin, you get the command's Kelvin, Constitution, the Vengeance, of course, the Intel. And of course, you get the Jellyfish. I don't have the Jellyfish, but that does have a console that I would want to get, and possibly in the future, which is the Quantum Torpedo Launcher on that. There's also the D4X for Klingon. Not necessarily that I want it, but it's there. It'd be kind of cool to have one, but not high on my priority list. So there is that. So, captains, yesterday we did a video on the fleet system update for the console bridge, and we're going to go over that in a bit. But first, before that, one of the things we went over in that video yesterday was the patch notes saying that they were going to scale down the Valkyrie fighters. And so what I did this morning was I took a picture of the ship comparison to the size of the Norway, and yeah, it's pretty big. Like, that's a bridge module right there, and as you can see, the cockpit is bigger than the bridge module, and I just took that sort of above the ship there, so that's not that far above. Now, I took a picture again once patch was over this morning, and yeah, they've scaled it down quite significantly. You can see there it actually is a lot smaller now, whereas this would overlap that little piece there on top behind the bridge module there. It is now well within. It's still big if you think about how big these hangar doors are, cargo bay doors are on any ship. They're still big, but I think it brings them in line too. I'd like to see how big the Delta Flyer is now compared to this, but maybe that also requires a scale down. But there you go. They're a lot smaller. They seem better. But really, I love these fighters regardless because they do look pretty cool. Not gonna lie. They fit the aesthetic so well. They can still sort of benefit from being a little smaller. But again, how small is too small and how big is too big? Mind you, maybe how they were scaled initially was too big. So there you go. They've rescaled that we made sure that we put that on the thumbnail. But there you go. That is now scaled down for the PC bridge. And of course, when this comes to console, hopefully this will be all fixed and figured out. And when these fighters come out, they'll already be to the same scale as they are now on PC. So there is that. The other thing that we wanted to cover, like we mentioned earlier, was the fleet system on the console bridge. And one of those features were that we can now sort of hand in Doffs, but in doing so, you could accidentally hand in those Doffs or discard Doffs. So I thought it would be a good idea, or sorry, Spencer, aka Casual Spencer, thought it'd be a good idea, and I thought it would be a good idea as well to show it to you, Caps, because we have a PS4 account, of course, to show you how to protect your Doff. So shout out to Spencer, aka Casual SAB. So we're just gonna forgive the crude pictures. I just took this from my phone. So all you have to do to access your Doff, so you go to your quick menu here, you press X, you press down X, you see there duty officers. Once you do that, you get to your roster, then you hit your class, then just any that you want to protect. And of course, I chose to just show off here the lower decks crew, specifically Mariner. So you see there, Mariner there, and at the very bottom there, triangle, enable protection. Once you hit enable protection, there's going to be a little icon on the top left corner, as you can see. Maybe you flip back between these two pictures, and of course you can disable the protection. But now that you can submit these Doffs there, discard them, you don't want to accidentally get rid of an expensive Doff, so just make sure that you protect them so that you don't get rid of them. Again, Spencer thought it'd be a great idea to throw that, and I agreed with them, so I thanked him for that. So thank you again, Spencer, for looking out for the console caps there. I didn't really even notice it because I don't do a lot of doffing on the console. I do more of that on the PC bridge. So there you go, Captains. Thought we would just go over that quickly and make sure that we get that information out there. So the major one for today is definitely the Valkyrie fighters are now scaling properly, or ish-esque, with the ships, and they're not their own little vessel. So enjoy that, Captains. And again, if anything, you can see that on our Twitter feed, and or take out any of your Valkyrie fighters if you got the Norway and or Seneca, and check it out yourself. So like the video, comment below, Captains, and subscribe here to the YouTube bridge. And on that, we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.